Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoeback, and I'm going to start my last reading vlog for October, but it kind of goes into November. So I'm just going to do a 3-day vlog of Thursday the 31st, which is what this is, October. So it's happy Halloween. And then I'm going to do the 1st and the 2nd, and then I will post this on Sunday, which you'll see. And then I will get back into a weekly reading updates for the week. Because I need a break from vlogging because I want to do other things in November, and it's going to be a little crazy on what I'm going to try to do. Anyway, so it is the 31st. I made it through work. Thank goodness. Anyway, it was a long day, but it was not a bad day. Like, it was just, I was ready to go home as soon as I got there. Like, I was ready for my day to be over so that I could come home and have my 3-day weekend. So again, I'm doing it because usually in November I participate in NaNoWriMo, or National Novel Writing Month. This year I'm not going to participate for the 50,000. I've decided that's way too much pressure I want to put on myself right now when I'm trying to get back into writing. So really, November is going to be get started with writing again. And as I said, I bought some prompt cards. I am going to still try to write every day, but we will see how that goes. I'm not going to say I have to write every day, but I want to get at least 25 to 30,000 for the month. And I think that's going to be a good start. Anyway, so what did I feel like I forgot what I did. So anyway, so today's been, as I said, it was a pretty quiet day at work. The guys a lot of them were out of the shop today, on other jobs. So there wasn't too much going on, and they weren't doing a lot of noisy work. So that was nice. So I did listen to a lot of audio today. I didn't physically read anything on my breaks. I listened to whatever audiobook I was in. So I did finish The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. So this is a contemporary small town romance with the main character Jeannie taking over her aunt's cafe when she wants to retire. So she comes in, she wants a change because of some things that happened in her last job situation, that she wants to try to start over and, be a new Jeannie and stuff. Ridiculous. Anyway, point is that she's there and she's having some issues with some things going on, but she meets Logan, who is a local farmer who has a lot of history with the town. He, grew up there his whole life. So everybody knows him and knows all of the drama. And it's their story of her, finding her place in this small town. I think it's Dream Harbor. Yeah, Dream Harbor. So this is the first book in a series. And, it's contained with their love story. And then the other books will be other couples in town. So I really like this overall. There are certain parts of it I didn't like. Like, there's certain things about Logan and some of his fears of certain things that I'm like, okay, I get it, but I also am like, get over yourself. But I also get everybody reacts to things differently. So again, and she had her own little things. They were both very neurotic in different ways, but it was still cute. It definitely got spicy in the end. I didn't like at first. Everybody said it got really spicy, and I was like most of the way through it, and then it's like, oh, the end. Okay, so the last quarter was a lot spicy compared to the rest. But I also felt this relationship was very much. It was quick. But it was also had some stipulations of things they, like didn't want to tell everybody kind of thing. So anyway, I think it was cute. Did I need to buy a physical copy? No. I don't know if I'm going to keep the copy. I liked it, but I don't know if I'll revisit it. I do now own the audiobook because I got it on sale, but still. Anyway. I probably didn't have to do that. So I did put a hold on the audiobook for the second book. I think it was the I can't say that right now. I can't. Yeah, my brain, right, is not connected. It's that bun thing and bookstore. It's the bookstore one. Anyway, I can't think how to say it right now. My brain and mouth are not connecting with how to say that word. I don't know why. That's just, I'm tired, clearly. Anyway, so I did finish that, which I was hoping to. The covers are just so cute. I don't know. I just don't need to own them though. But I did overall enjoy it. Like, again, it wasn't bad. So, I did finish that. And then I decided to listen to a few, Amazon originals, because I'm starting the Read What You Own challenge starting on Monday. So I have books that I have from Libby or that I own that I don't like. Well, I mean, Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I own that one, but I also had started it already. So I wanted to get that done by the end of the month, which I did. But I have library, Libby audiobooks on hold for books that I own physically that I can read next week, which is the plan. But there's a couple Audible originals that I get with the Audible Plus catalog that I wanted to listen to before the Read What You Own challenge, because these won't count because they aren't on my TBR. They're not physically something you can't own them physically. They're audiobook. I know that I don't know. It's my stipulation. It doesn't, they don't count because they're from the Audible Plus menu and it's not like I own them. Anyway, so I wanted to get them done. So the first one I did was a short novella, Constituent Service by John Scalzi. So this was a cute, funny little story about this new public relations kind of job that this woman is doing. And she is this is like in the future where there are different districts in this town or in this area where non-humans live, like aliens have come to the planet. And it's all it has this cool little lore of that. But so she is a human, but she's coming to work for them in the government office, and to, when people have complaints, that they come to her or they have questions about things, and then she answers them. So public relations, pretty much. So she is there, and it's her first, we started her first day, and it's pretty much her first week. And it was really funny. Like, again, John Scalzi is I would say, a fun author. There's a lot of things I liked. I like the Kaiju Preservation Society. I do want to read Starter Villain, so I might try to read that fairly soon, because this reminded me of how good or how much fun he is. I do have a couple physical books of his. I have Starter Villain on audio. And then I have Old Man's War and one of the other space ones. Oh, Fuzzy Nation. So I do have a few of his on my shelf that I'd like to get to. And this kind of reminded me again how much I enjoy his writing. He always has kind of humor. It doesn't hit for everybody, and I totally get that. But this one was funny because it was, she's in this public relation. These people come up and have all these problems. And it was really cool how it twisted, where some of them were kind of connected to the same thing. Yeah, Cooper is walking right past me. Anyway, it was only like 2.5 hours. So again, when it was sped up, it was a lot faster than that. So I really enjoyed that. And so I got that done, because I only had like 2 hours left on this one. So I finished that pretty early in the day. And then I listened to the John Scalzi. And then I started Never Been Witched by Molly Harper. So this is, again, another of the Audible originals that I wanted to get to before this is the third book in the Starfall Point series. I read the other two last year around this time, actually. So they've been, one was from the year before, and then the new one that last year, the second one came out. And so I listened to both of them. And then, that kind of started my reading of Molly Harper, which I've really enjoyed everything I've read from her. So I do want to read some more of her series. She has a lot, but I knew that this one, I wasn't going to, this was, Audible exclusive. So there's no, physical book yet. Now the other books in this series have come out a year later in paperback. So, I mean, again, if I do want to collect this one, I did buy the first book last year, I think. So, and the second one just came out, but it's been so expensive, I haven't bought it. So we'll see. I might collect the series. I haven't decided, or I'll get rid of the first one, but I've really enjoyed these so far. So this one is following Alice, and in this town, she is in kind of a little witches coven with two of the other people that we've had in the other two books, their love stories. And so she has some secrets that she hasn't told them. And then she is the new guy back in town after was it one of the rich kids who used to come there just during the summer, because this is kind of a resort town. And then she just has a lot of horrible family life. Her grandparents are horrible. Anyway, so I'm really enjoying that. I'm about, I would say I was like 45% of the way through that. I would say the book is probably about 275, 230 pages, or 300 pages. Like, it's in that range. Like, it's not a long book. But anyway, I hope to get that done in the next couple days. So anyway, that's an update on all I've read and kind of what's going on. I did last night skim read the Love Hypothesis, so I'm just skipping around and reading what I want. I'm probably going to do more of that tonight just for the heck of it. It is Halloween night, so I'm going to be sitting here in my living room hoping nobody rings the doorbell, because my doorbell doesn't really work anyway. But there's no trick-or-treaters on my street. Everybody goes a couple blocks away, because they're all the big rich families live up those ways. So not everybody stays here, and it's a rainy night too. So I feel sorry for the kids, but they don't usually come on our street very much, and our street isn't lit. So that's another reason we don't. The only lights down the street are house lights, and which is not good. But that's kind of what our street is like. Anyway, so as I said, I'm pretty far into this, so I'm gonna try to do more rereading of that, or skimming. Again, as I said, it's not going to count towards anything because I'm not reading everything. So to me, that doesn't count. And then, so tomorrow, again, I have the day off. So I'm hoping to finish the Never Been Witched, because it's just so cute. I really want to finish that. And then I'm hoping I will go back and reread more of The 5 Greatest Warriors by Matthew Riley, because I really want to get this done before the Read What You Own challenge. So at least I have one of my rereads done, because I can't count it, because I'm not counting rereads. I know some people, their stipulation is they get to keep or get to count rereads, but again, I only get to count, I don't get to count a book that is a reread, because I do reread all the time, and I would never make progress in my TBR if I got to count those as well. But I'm still going to do rereads. Don't get me wrong. I won't be able to stop myself. Anyway, so that is a really long beginning. That's pretty much Thursday wrapped up. As I said, I'm home now. I did stop for a coffee, bad Amy, but I'm on vacation, so it doesn't count. Anyway, I will check in tomorrow once I am up and maybe I've done something. I don't know. I'm hoping to do a lot of things around the house tomorrow that I've been putting off. And then I'm going to go turn in my ballot for voting, because I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to spend a little bit tomorrow morning doing that. And then I'm hoping I'm going to write. And who knows how that'll go. So anyway, I think that's it. I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, it is November 1st, Friday. I've been up for quite a while. It's about 10 o'clock, which I just remembered I got coffee and I forgot about it. Why are the Christmas cups already out? Anyway, I know, November 1st. Anyway, point is that I didn't do much this morning so far. I feel like even though I have got accomplished, I have my ballot ready to turn in, which I'm going to go drop off here at lunchtime. I scheduled a couple appointments that I've been putting off, health-wise. So those are done. So now I have those dates, which is good. And you saw Cooper, he was there. Now he's in here whining because I'm talking which is what happened when I made the phone call. One of my phone calls is that he used that. So, and now I just updated all my spreadsheets to my heart's content. I did everything. I didn't do my book journal yet. I'll do that later. But I need to write. It's like, as I said, it's like a little after 10, and I do want to go out for lunch today. I'm just going to grab something and bring back. I'm not going to eat out because it's really rainy and icky out, and I don't really want to be outside much. So, but I have to go turn my ballot in because I want to get it done and over with. So, anyway, I did want to say I am going to look through the story engine stuff later. I thought I was going to open it and like do it today, but I don't think I can because I just need to write. So I think I'm going to write, and then later I'm going to take, like, everything's wrapped in plastic. But anyway, so they have like little cards for the prompt cards. This is the prompt things I'll use probably most of the month, but today I can come up with something to write. I'm not sure, but like it starts with who's the character. Like it has a writer, an artist, a musician, or a dancer, and then you can choose like which one. So let's say I want the musician, sorry, and that would be my main character. And then there are other things that happen, like they want to unravel the mystery of, or they want to spread a lie about, which I'm probably never going to use that one. Anyway, point is that they build up a plot, like, or make you think of something. You don't have to use them like every single card that you pull, but you like pull one of every kind and then you try that. So I did, as I said, I bought the box that is for that, but I think I'm going to not pull that apart right now because I think I just get kind of lost in playing with it. And right now I need to write. So maybe this afternoon or tomorrow morning, I'll go through it a little bit more. And then I also, as I said, I got the deck of worlds. So it's about locations. And I just want to, as I said, I just need whatever aids can help me come up with things to write about. Because I don't expect this month to write on a certain, like, one piece at all. Like, I figure every day will be something different until something clicks. And then I'll write on that as long as I feel like it. And then when I don't feel like it anymore, I will switch to something else. And I have done that the last couple years during NaNoWriMo. As I said, I'm not doing it officially this year. I'm doing my own thing. I'm just trying to get back into writing because it has been a year since I wrote anything substantial. And last year's Nano that stuff's all lost to me. Like, I don't know what I wrote. Like, I don't even remember. I just wrote every day. I just wrote something and it was kind of garbage in a lot of ways, but I want this time, even though this will be pretty much garbage for this month, but again, I want to get back into the habit, and I want to definitely go where I'm going to try to write as many days of this month as I can. I'm going to try to get as close to 30,000 as I can, but I'm not going to push that. Like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I do want to go into December with having written most days to work writing during the week at least, and then maybe on the weekends if I feel like it. But I'm not ready to commit to every day or every other day. I just meant I want to at least write a few times during the week and in December, and then maybe I'll get a habit going that I'll be able to use in the next year. But right now it's more of I need to just sit here and actually do some writing. I guess I don't want that cover. I don't know. Point is that I will play with my decks later because I feel like it's already, as I said that. I did do some of my skim reading last night of The Love Hypothesis. I will probably finish that up later today just because I'm just in the part where it makes me cry. Anyway, so I'm going to finish that up. And then I've been listening to Never Been Kissed. No, I have not. Never Been Witched, which is, anyway, the one by Molly Harper, the one I'm listening to from Audible Plus catalog. And I'm really enjoying it. It's the third book in the Starfall Point series. You should read them all in order. It kind of makes sense. I am having a little trouble with the main female character because she knew something, like something about her has been, going on for a while, and she doesn't tell anybody. And then this book, it just kind of springs you on it that she's had known something, and you're like, why didn't she tell them? Like, just get it out. Why would you, like, it's not that she lied, so it's not quite to that where it annoys me, But it's more of like, dude, just take responsibility and say, so like, you did that. Like, just get it out. I don't know. For me, it was kind of ridiculous. And, oh, now I got both cats. Because I'm talking. Anyway, so, I do still have a couple hours left of that to listen to. So I'll listen to it in the car when I, go out. And then I'll probably come back and try to finish it. And then I'm hoping later today to start some nonfiction. I want to start on my really big biography. And then I also might want to start one of my smaller books, but I might wait on the smaller book until next week. We'll see. But anyway, so I still expect to get a lot of reading done today. I might watch Return of the King. I keep threatening to finish off my rewatch of the series. I need to do that this weekend. I just want to get it done. So it'll be today or tomorrow. I'm not sure what day I'll plan on it because I don't have a lot of plans tomorrow. So tomorrow night might be the best. Anyway, I think that's it. I just wanted to give an update. It's never quick. You know, I just kind of given up. So anyway, I'm going to try to do some writing and then I'll come back and give an update on how I did. As I said, it'll probably be crap, but I'll at least have made an effort. And that's, we just need to start. We are starting. Anyway, I will check in with you later. Okay, guys, just a quick update for those who care about my writing. I did write for a little over an hour, almost an hour and 15 minutes, not quite, because again, I filmed and then I had to sit down and actually write. It took me a little bit to start, but it's 11:30 and I wrote 1,874 words. So I think that was really good. I started a story just something that came into my mind right then, like it wasn't anything I'd thought about before. And what I love about when I write kind of free write like that is that I think I know where the story is going, but my character, you know, things kind of change. Like I'll have one of the characters say something or do something, and then suddenly the story is different. I thought it was going to be more one way, and now it's going the other way, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. So this one I might continue on and write a little bit more later or tomorrow. We'll see. I felt like, okay, I did my initial writing. Yes, that was enough for the first day of NaNoWriMo as well. But as I said, I don't think I will sustain that. I think it was just kind of a burst of inspiration and me getting back into writing, and I just enjoyed that. So tomorrow I hope to do about the same, and Sunday as well, but we'll see how that goes. It just depends on how I feel, if it's a struggle or not. And as I said, I'm going to try to get the cards all unwrapped and ready to go for tomorrow. So now that I've done that, as I said, I don't think I'm going to write anymore today. I set it up so I could continue this story tomorrow, unless I come up with something else and I use the prompt cards tomorrow, but we'll see. I kind of want to get some reading done later today. And as I said, I got to go turn in my ballot. So I'm going to go out and get lunch here fairly soon because it's 11:30, as I said. So, and I really don't want to go out there. So I'm probably just going to go, as I said, hit the ballot box. And then we have mail-in voting here in Oregon, in case you didn't know. So I just turned my ballot into one of the boxes. There's one at my library, so I'm going to just drive by and, and drop it off. And I don't have anything at the library that I need. I probably should turn in the books one I didn't read and then one I finished, but we'll see. I don't know if I want to get out of the car. Oh, there comes a Cooper come running because I'm talking. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm gonna go get lunch. I'm not sure. I might just do something simple like Dairy Queen. I'm not sure. I don't know what I feel like yet. But I'm gonna figure that out here soon. But I feel really accomplished for my writing today, and it went much smoother than I thought it would. I just listened to soundtracks on my computer as I wrote. You know, have quite a few that I really enjoy. I listened to Dune Part 1, and then I listened to Gravity. So it was just, movie soundtracks are something I love to write to because, I mean, some of them have words, like, don't get me wrong, but I like that's when I like to listen to soundtrack music, is when I'm writing. So anyway, those are the two picks I had for today. So I didn't get all the way through Gravity. Gravity only got like five songs into it, or I don't know. what you call them. Anyway, so that's it. I'll check in with you guys later when I've read something. I mean, again, I'm hoping to finish Never Been Witched later. I know that's audiobook, so I might, if I feel like playing some either iPad games or doing some word searches until it's done. I just really want to finish that book today because it's really good, and I'm 2 hours from the end. So I'd like to finish that. So we'll see. And then again, as I said, I have nonfiction I want to start, and then I still want to finish my skim read. And then we'll see what happens. Anyway, yes, kitty. I will talk to you later. Okay, so I thought I'd just wrap up Saturday, or no, it's Friday. I'm Friday. Yay, still have 2 days to my weekend. Anyway, wow, I am unsure how this is gonna go. So I only read the first 20 pages, and it took me a long time to read. The print in here is pretty small. It's small. This book is dense. And again, I can't get an ebook and I can't get an audiobook. So, and then I'm also fearful now that I've started it, because she does it's not like some biographies that go from birth to death. And the whole first chapter is talking about biography and talking about the different ways of doing it. And then what Virginia Woolf's ideas of biography were, because again, she did write one for a friend after his death, and there was her dad did some kind of a biography of England of some sort, which again, I don't know much about it. They just mentioned it. And I mean, there's a lot of points in there about what Virginia had written in her diaries, in her writings that weren't published in any way, that there are just part of her, various stacks of stuff that, never got finished, I'm not sure. And again, we'll check. This chapter did mention a few of the novels. And again, I have not read all of her books yet. I've read half of the main novels. I haven't read I've read a couple of the nonfiction, like A Room of One's Own and stuff. And I've read her diaries. And I just don't know if I'm ready for this. So I'm going to give it a couple more chapters in the next couple days. And if I feel like I just feel like she is going to be one of those authors, which is why I waited on the Brontes until I had finished everything to read the Juliet Barker biography on them. That I need to read all the books before I got there, because she would spoil them and talk about them. And I have this feeling now, and I guess I should have realized it when I chose this book, but Virginia Woolf is such a fascinating character, and I have read several things about her already, and I just wanted to have a biography on her and actually get a little bit more in depth on certain things that I hadn't thought about, or, I didn't know a lot about. And she's not like a favorite author from that time period. She's just fascinating to me because her books are so different from each other, let alone all her projects are very different. And I find her, a little snobbish and a little, but I also find her very fragile in a lot of ways. Like, there's certain things about her she's this very interesting person. And I find her fascinating. But I'm having this feeling that I'm not going to be able to read this book until I've read all of her books. So, because the first chapter was kind of odd, because it was just talking about this idea of biography, and the different ways that that Virginia Woolf talked about it in some of her writing, and mentioned it in some of her books, like just some really obscure things. And again, in some of the books that I've read, I was just kind of like, oh, that's interesting. But I do know she had a different look at that, because Orlando is written as a biography. And I think some of our other books were also not quite to the extent that Orlando was, but I just don't know. It's just, I'm not sure about this book. And But I'm not gonna, like, it's not like I'm gonna get rid of this book so far. It's not like I hate it. And it's not like the writing style is bad. I think it's really immersive. And I just have this feeling that I might need to read all of her novels before I come back to this. And so it would be a book that I'd put back on my shelf. And then what I would do is, maybe in 2025, I start reading several of her books that I have not gotten to, because I've read 4 or 5, and then her diaries, and then I think I still have 5 or 6 to read, or something like that. I don't know. I have to figure out what I need. I have quite a couple on my shelf for sure that I can read. So anyway, so this might be not a fail for Nonfiction November, but it was of the author biographies that I chose. This one might be one that I just have to put aside. Now, I do have one other one I'm supposed to read this year, which is the Red Comet about Sylvia Plath. And I keep putting that off. I don't know what it is about that, because again, another author I'm very fascinated by. I own a couple I have the Bell Jar, and I have a couple of her short stories, and some, not a lot of her poetry, because I don't read a lot of that, but I have her diary that I haven't read too much into that. And I have her letters, which I haven't even started. She's, again, another fascinating author that I want to know more about. And I started that book in 2020 when I think it came out the year before that. Is that right? And then 2020, I started it, and or it's 2020. I don't remember which, 2021, 20. I don't remember which year it was. Point is that it's another biography, literary biography I was hoping to get to this year that I've been putting off. So if this fails, and if I have to stop because I haven't read all the books, and I am really, really thinking that's going to happen. I think it's just going to be a book that I'll have to put aside until I have read all the books. So at least I don't feel spoiled for things. Because again, I don't like being spoiled for stuff. Even if something's a classic, I don't want to know. I want to read the book and find out. I don't want to be spoiled for it. So I don't know. Okay, so I might pick up Red Comet instead. We'll see. Again, it is on one of the things I wanted to at least try to get to this year, because it has been sitting unfinished on my cart of shame for years. So we'll see. But anyway, so we'll see what happens with this. As I said, I'll give it at least one more chapter. And if I feel like that one's okay, then I'll go to the next one and we'll see. But anyway, so it is now 9 o'clock or whatever. So I am just watching BookTube. There's still a lot of TBR videos I haven't seen yet. So I'm enjoying myself. I did finish my skim reread of The Love Hypothesis by L.A. Hazelwood. So that was just fun. As I said, I just felt like it, revisiting my favorite scenes and kind of cringing over the ones I don't like. I don't need to read the whole thing. So I really enjoy that one. Anyway, it was just fun to go through it. So I don't think I'm going to read any more tonight. I don't really feel like it because it's late at night. I do want to talk, as I said, I don't know what audiobook I'm going to listen to tomorrow. We'll see if it's one of my Libby ones or something I already own or what. I don't know. But I am going to start a buddy read with Berna at Berna's Bookish Adventures. We're doing our next one in the Love at Stake series. So it's a novella. It's only like 74 pages. 74, 72 pages. I can't remember now. I marked it at, oops. I think it's 72 pages. Anyway, it's called V is for Vamp Woman. So I don't know. Yeah, 72. So I don't know who the characters are. I didn't recognize who Pamela was. So anyway, maybe they're just, the series is, this is 13.5 in the series. So I'm hoping, we're continuing because again, the book, we're still finishing the series out. But this is the one we're doing this month. So it's not very long. We're just going to do it over Saturday and Sunday. And do that. So I don't know if I'm going to read any of the other stories in here. They're not from people I've read from before. So we'll see, but really I just bought it for the Caroline Sparks novella. So anyway, I start that with Berna tomorrow. So I only have to read like 34 pages or something. I think something like that tomorrow, so not too much. So I can totally pick up another book. So it'll depend on how the biography goes, and then I might pick up one of my nonfiction books. We'll see. Or I'll pick up another reread, which is the 5 Greatest Warriors by Matthew Riley, but I don't know what I feel like. So anyway, that's the update. The end of Friday, my day off, and I had a really nice day, even though it was very quiet in the afternoon because I just listened to an audiobook and then tried to read the biography, which, nearly put me to sleep. Anyway, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just that writing is really small. Anyway, so I will check in with you tomorrow. My only goal tomorrow is I'm probably going to go get coffee in the morning. I'm going to make sure I have enough stuff to make chili in the crock pot tomorrow, because I want to make a couple dishes this weekend that I can freeze part of it and eat this week. So chili is the first one. I'm going to make that tomorrow. And then I have to write after that. So that's kind of it. Other than that, I don't plan to do a whole much. Maybe that'll be the day I watch Return of the King. It'll depend on how I feel. But I am going to, anyway, I'm going to take off, or this is it for now. I don't know. I'm rambling now. Anyway, I'll check in tomorrow. Hey guys, so it is now Saturday and it's about, I forgot to check. It's like 10, oh no, it's like 11 o'clock. I just finished writing, so I got that done. I went to the grocery store this morning to get the few items I needed to make chili tonight. So I did do that. I will have to go to the grocery store again tomorrow for other stuff, but I just wanted to get the last couple items that I decided to get. Anyway, so it's been a productive morning that way. I opened up my cards for the prompts, but I didn't need them. As I said, I finished writing today, but I finished the story that I had started yesterday, so that technically is done. It's just, I got to 3,700 words about, there's Cooper running. Sorry, so funny, because I started talking. Anyway, so I did pretty good. I did about, 1,700 words for today. So again, I'm ahead of where I wanted to be. Again, during the week, it'll probably be closer to 1,000. But I think I wrote for a little bit over, just a little bit over an hour. I did take a break in the middle to open up all the cards, and because I wasn't sure if I was going to write anymore or not. And then I decided to write the last 500 words, and then I just finished that story, which I wasn't expecting to. It's just nonsense. Well, not nonsense. It's just very contemporary idea, and just, it was just to get me through. Anyway, hopefully, I will do other stuff more fantastical, but this was very much a contemporary story, and it was just to get me started. So I did 2 days worth. That's pretty good. Yesterday and today I did already. So anyway, reading wise, I haven't read anything today. I need to go read my Buddy Read stuff, but what I have done is done my panic. So I knew that this was coming. I was really hopeful. I had done, I bought a lot of books in October, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I have plenty of books. I made those lists. I have all these books to read, all these series that are on my shelf. Well, today was my panic day, because on Monday, I'm going to try not to buy any more books, except for the couple pre-orders that are coming in. 2 of them are the first week of November, and then the third one is the second week. And then I have an ebook coming the third week for this month. So that's supposed to be after... On the 4th, I'm not buying anything after that, except for those books that are pre-orders that I've had those pre-ordered for months. So those are all books I want to read. They're all in series I'm reading. So, So I panicked today, which I knew I would. So I bought a couple ebooks and an audiobook in a series that I was working on. I woke up thinking about it. I picked up the first book of the Dritz series, Legend of Drizzt. I did have the physical book from the library a couple months ago, and I just couldn't get into it, but it was on the ebook was on sale, and so was the audiobook. So I bought the ebook audiobook combo from Amazon and Audible. So, because I do have the second two books in physical here, but I think the first one I just want to listen to it because I didn't get into it. And I do want to read those Forgotten Realms, Legend of Drizzt books. I would like to try them. It's like a huge series, and I read the Crystal Shard like when it came out. And I got rid of that book so many years ago. So I never finished that trilogy within the Drizzt world, which is technically the first one published, but I didn't. I was going back to read do it in chronological order, I guess. Anyway, so I did buy that, and then I bought 2 ebooks of like the Pucking Around Ever After. Like they're the kind of collections of some of the, after I finish Pucking Around, which I still need to do, by Emily Rath. So, but I feel like that's a series that I will read and want those. And I thought, well, I better buy them before the 4th. And then I did go online and buy a book. I almost bought 2. I held myself back, found out my library did have one of them. So I am going to get a book from the library because I want to try it. I don't need to buy it right now, but it's in hardback. So it might be a book that I wait till it comes out in paperback. But it's connected to the Under the Oak Tree, which is a comic graphic novel that I bought a copy of because I got it from the library and just loved it. And I want to collect that series. So there's also a novel version to it because I think they were like on Webtoons or something. I'm not sure which platform anymore. It was somewhere online. But there's a novel version, and then somebody did a comic version. So I got the comic version first came out, the first section. So I had got it from the library, loved it, bought it with my gift card money because I had money. So even though it's a hardback, I wanted it anyway. And then, but now the novel part is coming out, and again, it's a fantasy, and we're following a very timid woman who was forced to get married to this knight, and then he is sent off to fight for 3 years. So they had one night together. The next day, she doesn't know if it was good or bad because it was her first, it was her first encounter with him. They just got married, like they didn't even know each other. They just were forced to get married. And he goes off to fight dragons or something. I don't remember. Some kind of fantasy thing. And then 3 years later, he comes back and he takes her to his home. And there's a lot of misunderstandings because her father was very domineering and she had a really horrible life under his roof. And then she is now in this new part of the kingdom with her husband. And things are just, they haven't communicated because they haven't talked. So it's them getting to know each other and learning about each other. And then, as I said, I think there's definitely chemistry there. I just really enjoyed the comic. Anyway, the novel of it is coming out in a week, I think on the 5th. So I wanted to get it, but I got it from the library to read it if I want to read it and decide if I want to get those. I wouldn't be able to buy it until after I finished the Read What You Own, but I thought, well, at least might be another of the library books that I just have to get because I don't want to pay, it's like $30 for the hardback, and I don't really want it in hardback, but I want to read it. So I got it from the library. I'm the first one on the hold list. I was really excited because it wasn't there a couple days ago when I checked, and then it was today. So anyway, so I'll get it hopefully in the next week or two to try it out because I'm not sure if I'm gonna love it. Anyway, so I saved a little money there, but then I bought the 3rd book in a trilogy that Barnes & Noble had canceled my order. Remember, I had a couple of cancellations during the summer, which I'm still mad about anyway. But, in the long run, whatever. But one of the books is I can't get from Barnes & Noble or from anywhere else. I even tried my local bookstores and they don't have it. So I have to go through Amazon. I don't know, maybe that last book in the trilogy is published through Amazon. I'll have to check it. But I bought it because I want to finish that trilogy this year, which is the Gina Maxwell. Oh, I don't remember the name of the series. The first book was The Dark King, and then The Rebel King, and then this one is The Vicious King. So it's following 3 brothers of the Fae who live in Las Vegas, and the things that happen with their love stories and stuff. So this one, I want to know what happens in the end because I think the main female got kidnapped at the end of book 2. I'm not positive. I can't remember. It's been a year. Anyway, so I want to finish that. So yes, I bought that. I shouldn't have bought that, but I'll get it tomorrow. But now I'm going to go do a little damage. But I have gift card money at, or credit at Powell's. So because I'm having trouble with my Virginia Woolf reading, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm almost positive I'm going to have to DNF and put back on my shelf the biography. I mean, again, I'm going to read the next chapter and see what happens. But I'm almost positive I'm going to have to. But I don't have her first novel, The Voyage, out. I have several others. You know, I have almost all the other ones. I'll double check before I leave. But I want to make sure I get... there's a copy used at Powell's. So again, I have credit, so there's no money spent. I already have this money, you know, in a gift card in my wallet. So I can definitely go buy a few books that way, but I'm going to try not to buy more than a couple. But we will see. As I said, I'm having my freak out moment, which I kind of knew was going to happen as soon as I joined the Read What You Own. So I'm going to go to Powell's, and then I'll pick up something for lunch on the way home. And then this afternoon, my plan is to make chili. I'll probably have to brown the hamburger about 2. And then I think I'm going to try to watch Return of the King tonight, but we'll see how I feel when we get there. I need to still read my buddy read pages for Berna, so I will do that when I get home. And then we'll see what else I read. I haven't started an audiobook because I haven't been in the car. I mean, I was in the car this morning, but I didn't want to start anything while I was in the car. I don't know. And I don't really feel like it right now. I might just listen to music in the car. Have I mentioned I've probably become a Swiftie without even meaning to? But I think I have. Anyway, I've been listening to a lot of Taylor Swift all of a sudden because I got Apple Music, and it's just, I'm really enjoying it. So anyway, that's it. I will let you know what I get. Hopefully I don't do... Again, I have $109 in credit. So it's not like I'm spending... I mean, I did spend the money this morning with the ebooks and the audiobook and the one book I bought from Amazon. But anything I buy at Powell's, it's free. I mean, that's credit. I took books in to get credit, and this is my credit. So hopefully I won't do too bad. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I will check in with you guys later. Hey guys, so it is a couple hours later. It's about 1 o'clock. So I did go to Powell's and I did a little damage. But again, I bought all used or remanded books and I used my credit, and I still have over $60 left. $65 left, I think. So I definitely have still some of my credit. But I did buy 5 books. So I went in. Again, I knew I was going to pick up a copy of this, and it turned out it was the only one they had there, even though on the computer system they said they had 2 different versions. But I didn't find the second one. Anyway, but the first one was The Voyage Out by Virginia Woolf. This is her her first novel. And all I know is about a young woman who goes on a sea trip to South America, and I guess she falls in love with an aspiring writer. Oh, and it's going to be doomed and all kind of sadness. But anyway, I don't know. I want to read this next of my Virginia Woolf reading because, again, it's her first book. I just haven't got to it. I've read her very popular ones. I just have not read this. This was a really nice Modern Library Classics edition that I got that was remanded. So it's really nice. All it has is the one little dot. Anyway, pretty copy. Anyway, I got that. Yes, Cooper, I'm gonna go sit down in a minute. Oh, I was gonna show you my Arrakis. And it says, spice up your life. Sorry. Anyway, I then got 2 continuations in series. I got 3 continuations in series. 2 of them, I haven't read the first book yet, but I own the first book. So they weren't great buys, except they're all used. But one is the 3rd book of The Janitors of the Post-Apocalypse by Jim C. Hines. So I already own 2, and I was going to read it last month, and I just never got to it. But now I have all 3. So I've read the first book this year. This is sci-fi that's funny, but we're talking about a crew who, in the first book, in Terminal oh no, Terminal Alliance. They find out a lot of bad things happen after something happens to their crew, and they are the only ones to who are able to run the ship, and so they pretty much take over and have to deal with stuff. And they're they're the janitors of the ship, and it was just a fun ride. And so I do want to read book 2 and 3. So now I have the whole trilogy, so I can continue. He is an author. I definitely own many series where I've started the series but haven't finished them, but I do want to get to these pretty soon. Would you stop biting on plastic, Cooper? I also got another Molly Harper because, again, I just finished one, so I was looking for some of her books, and this is Nice Girls Don't Date Dead Men, which is the second book in the Jane Jameson series, I think. I already have on my shelf Nice Girls Don't Have Fangs. And I think it's about a woman who somehow gets bitten and is turned into a vampire and then her dealing with it. But I don't know. There's at least 3 or 4 books in this series, but it connects up to another series. So I'm not exactly sure how that, like Half Moon something, but this is the Jane Jameson part of it. So anyway, book 2, I think of 4. There might be 4 novels and a novella. But anyway, at least I can read 2 of them. I have 2 now. And then I did buy Queen of Myth and Monsters by Scarlett St. Clair. So this is the second book in the Adrienne and Isolde. I don't know how I said that woman's name. Anyway, I have not read King of Battle and Blood yet. It's on my list to hopefully get to this year. It was in my 2024, but this copy was used and in good shape, and I was like, well, I got credit, then I can get farther into the series, because I think the 3rd book is supposed to come out next year, or maybe it's later on her schedule. I don't remember. She's written so many books in series, and I didn't really like the beginning, A Touch of Darkness, so I didn't, because it just felt very childish to me. Maybe I should have read more, but the first chapter, at least, I didn't like it, so from the library. But I did read the first chapter of King of Battle and Blood when I bought it, so I'm hoping I like the second book since now I have that too. So, oops. And then this is one of the Remand books I found, was A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. I heard a lot about this. Was it last year or the year before? I know that there's another book out now. It came out in 2022. So anyway, again, we're getting to the holiday season. I decided I have a romance. This has to do with a woman who had a career in the adult industry, film industry, and she's trying to break into doing some other stuff. So she doesn't want anybody to know that she does that. And then she is supposed to, I think she's supposed to act with this other actor, and I don't remember what his story is. He recognizes her from her adult film career. So they kind of, I think they kind of keep that secret, but I think that brings them together. I don't have a clue, but it's a holiday romance. So I thought, what the heck? I know there's a new one out this year, but I'm not going to worry about that. I just got this one. So those are the books that I bought. And again, if I'd go on and spend money, I would be a little bit like, oh, I spent a lot of money, but it was credit. So it doesn't count, right? Yeah. Anyway, so now I'm going to go sit on the couch and I'm going to read my half of the novella. So V is for Vamp Woman by Carolyn Sparks, book 13 and a half in the Love It Steak series. I'm going to go do that now because Berna's already read hers, but again, this morning I've been busy so far. I'm going to read one more chapter in Virginia Woolf by Hermione Lee and make a decision if this is a book that I have to set aside until I finish all of her works. Or at least all the major ones, all the novels. I want to make sure I read all the novels. Her kind of side novels and even some of her short stories. I do want to read The Common Reader and The Second Common Reader. Yeah, because I haven't read those yet. So I do kind of want to read those too, but we'll see. Again, one more chapter and we'll make a decision on that one. And then in the car while I was waiting for the food that I bought, I had to go out to my car for 10 minutes to wait for it. So I did start A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. So I only did like 1% of the book, so I don't know how I feel about it yet. So far, it's a good start. We'll see where it goes. But this again is my audiobook. I got it from the library. And again, because of my DNFing the Bridge Kingdom, I want to see if I'm gonna like this series. I hope I do. So far, again, the tropes in here are more what I want to read about than that one, but again, it's a really pretty one. I'd really like to say I'm gonna like this, and then I can get the second one because it's a duology, the Saga of the Unfated. Anyway, so this will be my audiobook. I'm probably not going to listen to it anymore today. Oh, well, I might do it when I brown hamburger, but I still won't read enough to know, but maybe not. I don't know. I still have to do that for my chili in another hour. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to try to get this done first and then get my chili into the crock pot and stuff. Oh, the day is just going by, but at least it's Saturday and I get one more. So anyway, I will come back later. Probably with decisions on this one and give you kind of an update on that. And then we will see if I pick up another book. I mean, again, I have some nonfiction and then I do have other fiction books I want to read. So, we will see what I pick up. So anyway, I will check in later. Okay. So it's almost 5. So I'm just about to start Return of the King. I'm going to load that here in a second and watch that for the rest of the night. I messed up on my chili in my timing and what dishes I had clean. Oops. I didn't have a pan to brown the hamburger in that was big enough. I have a really small one and then I had a really big one and I thought I washed it, but I didn't run the dishwasher. It was in the dishwasher, just wasn't run. Anyway, so I ran the dishwasher this afternoon, so I've messed that up. So I will do the chili tomorrow instead. So the other meal I was going to make, I'm just going to push that off for another week. I was being ambitious anyway, but I will make chili tomorrow. So sorry I can't show you that because I don't even know what I'm going to have for dinner here in a few hours because I don't know. I'm still full from lunch, so I'm not worried about it yet. But anyway, so I did read my 34 pages of the V is for Vamp Woman novella. So this is really short. The character, we knew the female character, she has been in the book since the beginning, but she's been a very side character. And it took me a while to realize who she was. And then because she's introduced in here. So again, this is a vampire and other creatures kind of paranormal romance. And this is, again, 13.5. So it's pretty far into the series. But Lady Pamela has been mentioned, here and there throughout the books. On certain books, has a bigger part. But we really haven't seen her in several books. So she is one of the vampire women that we met early on. And she's always been kind of snotty. She was a viscountess and she likes being taken care of, let's put it that way. So, but she has now decided that she wants to get brave, and she has made this persona to fight the malcontents as Vamp Woman. And it's hilarious. So she kind of throws herself into battle with some of the actual ones who are warriors when they were human, and then who had been vampires for centuries. So they're very, very good at fighting. And then she shows up. It's hilarious. Anyway, so it's not great because it's not like a full novel. So we're just getting it really quick. But so far it's cute. Like, it's just a fun time. So again, we'll finish that tomorrow with another 38 pages, I think, is the second half. So I don't expect a whole lot out of it. It'll be fun. Anyway, so I will finish that tomorrow. And then I did read another 16 pages in this. This is so dense. And I'm still not sure. I really feel like I should DNF this for now. Like, it's a light DNF. This is like, I really want to read this again. She does take the biography in a different direction. I have seen ones done on this. I've seen ones about Jane Austen put in this way, where they talk about places and events and people, like in it, then it talks about how that's related to Jane Austen kind of thing. I mean, like the Jane Austen at Home is all about the homes. Lucy Worsley, is that right? She did it where it was about every place that she visited or she stayed for a good amount of time, during her life. in Jane Austen. So this is kind of the same thing. The second chapter is called Houses. So it is talking about so far I've only read about 2 of the houses that is talking about in her childhood. So I'm not sure if the chapter, because the chapter is, I'm only halfway through the chapter. The chapter is like 30 pages and I made about 16. And we talked about her family vacation home that they went during the summer. And then right now they're talking about when they lived where they lived in Kensington. I think that's the way the part of town they lived in. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Again, I think it's really, when she's talking about descriptions about the house that's in Cornwall, and that was really important to Virginia Woolf and her family, because they went to it for I think they're over 10 years, I think. And so it's really a big part of their childhood. And, but it's just like, she keeps mentioning books and that description, how it's in that book. And I'm not sure this is a kind of biography that I totally agree with in a lot of ways. Now, I get that some places, authors insert their lives into their books and into their descriptions and stuff. And I get that. Being a writer myself, I get it. But again, I have trouble with the whole literary criticism part of, the curtain is blue because it was her blue mood. She was, depressed and everything was dark, when really the author just put it blue because she liked blue curtains. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get too deep into that. And I feel like she might go that way for a lot of things. And I'm not saying that they're not in there from Virginia Woolf. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying sometimes I also think that biographies or literary criticism, they go too deep. They think a little too much about scenes and descriptions. That there's more to it than just the author thinking back at a certain time of their life and going, okay, well, that's what that house looked like. I'll just, grab that what the living room looked like and put it in this story just because that's how I imagine the living room in this story. Like, I don't know if it's that big of a deal. Like, I guess I'm not sure how much of this is going to be that kind of stuff. And it kind of worries me a little bit. I'm not saying I wanted like the point for point, factual where she was or what she did. I do want that. I want parts of that. I guess I just wanted, I don't know what I want. Let's just put it that way. I don't know what I want. I'm not sure this biography is quite the type I want to read right now. So I kind of think I'm going to put it aside. I know I'm only 36 pages in. I mean, it's ridiculous. But, I mean, again, they're really long pages. I mean, they're really, there's a lot of text in there. I mean, it took me time to read those. And a lot of descriptions from books I haven't read yet. Now, most of the books, I mean, again, there are books I've read. I haven't read all her books yet. I haven't read some of the more minor, or the ones that are not as popular in schools, because I did read a couple in college. And then I've read a couple just on my own. And then there's quite a few that I have not even touched. I mean, as I said, I just bought one today that I didn't know anything about until I had started looking into Virginia Woolf. It wasn't one that I'd heard anybody ever talk about. And then I own at least 3 others. And then a couple of ones with, like novellas that I have. Anyway, I don't know. I just feel like this is not the right time for this. And I'm going to set it aside. So I think that's not really what I wanted to do for Nonfiction November, to DNF. And again, this is a light DNF. This is very much I am not ready for this book. I think it'll be better after I've finished reading the rest of Virginia Woolf's books. So I think what I'm going to do is put that back on my shelf, and then I'm just going to plan to hopefully pick up one of Virginia Woolf's books, if not in November, because I have so many things already on my TBR that I want to get to. Maybe December I pick up one, or I start a project in January and try to figure out, like, read one every other month to try to get them done before next Nonfiction November. Well, I know Olive isn't doing it, but, somebody else might be doing it. If not, we'll just call it Nonfiction November anyway and read it then. or later in the year. I'm not sure. I'm not enjoying it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I just feel like the more descriptions I get of books that I haven't read yet are going to make me more mad and like spoiled for something at some point. I'm afraid it's going to happen. So far, it's been just about descriptions. The last one was about biography, and now this chapter is about houses and and parts of her childhood. And again, it's not her whole childhood. It's talking about this house, and it's just right now. I feel it's very distant. It's a very distant biography than me getting to know Virginia Woolf by things that happened to her and stuff. But it's like she's the biographer is pulling stuff from her writing, but I don't know if I agree that everything is from, you can trace it back. And maybe I'm just being weird about it, but I just think this book it's not the time for this book. And I think I'm just going to let it go. So, I'm going to put it back on my shelf. I'm not going to get rid of it. I still think I'm going to try to read it later. But I think I do need to finish at least, what books do I still need to read? I still need to read, I think there's 5 main ones that I want to read, plus her common readers. So I need to read The Voyage Out, Night and Day, Jacob's Room, The Waves, and The Years are all the big ones. And I do have Between the Acts and 3 Guineas as well. But those ones, I think, are shorter or something. I don't know. Point is, I still have a lot to read. And then the common readers. So maybe this might be a couple years out. It just was not, I did not pick the right time for this one. Because again, I'm not sure. So we're going to put that back on the shelf. So I do have other nonfiction. I will start one tomorrow, since now I'm going to let myself watch Return of the King and just take the rest of the night off from reading. Because obviously, this was fine. Don't get me wrong. But, it's fine. It's just not perfect or great, like some of the other books in that series. But, whatever. And then tomorrow will be a whole nother day. But this is the end of the vlog. There's nothing else. I'm going to wrap this up here because I'm going to post this on Sunday to finish out for October, because it was the 31st through the 2nd. And then next week I will hopefully have my book haul up, my last massive book haul, I hope, for a while. And then I will, as I said, then I'll just do a weekly reading update on Sunday next week. And that's probably what I'll do for the rest of the month. I probably won't get as many videos out because November's going to be busy. I think everybody's going to have a busy month, but as I said, I'm trying to do writing, trying to read, and I have a lot of stuff with hopefully the garage doors. And then I have a couple of appointments. I found out I had an appointment on Tuesday that I totally forgot about, that I need to take time off for, which, oh well, I'll just leave early and then make up the time another day. Anyway, that's kind of it. So this has been a long, rambly vlog, even more than normal, but, I did have some fun. I did panic and buy some extra books, and I failed at making chili today. Oh well, I'm going to go watch Return of the King. So anyway, let me know how your guys' reading is going, and I will talk to you later. Bye.